Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway Beat. We're at the opening night celebration for the latest from Lincoln Center Theater. It's Sarah Ruhl's In the Next Room, or The Vibrator play, playing at the Lyceum Theater. It's directed by Les Waters and stars Tony Award winners Michael Cerveris and Laura Benanti.
Excuse me. What is it?
What is that sound? What are you doing?
Electrical therapy, my dear. A very successful session.
I wish to see it.
You would not understand. Leave me my dry, boring science, and I will give you the rest of the world. Besides, you said yourself, my electricity bored
I
you.
insist on seeing your machine now.
Are you going to force me to lock my laboratory?
I am your wife.
And happily, you are my blooming young wife, without a hint of neuroses and in no need of my experiments and inventions.
Experiment on me!
Oh, I can assure you, you would not like it.
Experiment on me!
It would be unseemly for a man of science to experiment on his own wife. I would lose my credibility. Now, would you please have the decency to be quiet while Mrs. Daughtry is in the next room?
I've been a fan of Sarah Ruhl's writing for some time. I did a workshop a few years ago of another play of hers called Passion Play. And I've been looking forward to having an opportunity to really settle into a production with her. So there's that at the base level. And this particular play, I felt is so beautiful and kind of the most complete fulfillment of the kind of writing she's been doing to date. You know, it's sort of got every element of what she does so beautifully. The humor and the structure and the craftsmanship, but also just, you know, her very personal, idiosyncratic and hugely generous heart and soul that I think is so apparent in the writing. And, you know, getting to play a character who goes on such a journey from being so closed off to being as open and unprotected as you can be. I mean, that's appealing journey to chart, and then to get to work with Laura and Maria and Chandler and Tom and everybody in the cast, many of whom I knew having seen them in things, and a couple of whom I had worked with before. Actually, I had never worked with anybody before other than a workshop here or there, or Laura and I did a concert or two, did songs at a benefit together. But so that's been especially exciting.
Wait, Elizabeth, before you leave, perhaps you can settle a question? Mrs. Daughtry and I have had two experiences of the very same event. Have you ever had this sensation either? You feel shivers all over your body, and you feel like running, and your feet get very hot as though you're dancing on devil's coals.
Or you see unaccountable patterns of lights, of electricity under your eyelids, and your heart races, and your legs feel very weak as though you cannot walk.
And your face gets suddenly hot, like a strange sudden sunburn.
Or there are red splotches up one side of your entire body, a strange rash here.
And the feeling of burning as though you'll get no relief, and your mouth is dry, and you lick your lips, and you find your face is making an ugly expression, so you cover your face with your hands.
And sometimes a great outpouring of liquid and the sheets are wet. Oh. But it's not an unpleasant sensation, but a little frightening. Is that a riddle?
What attracted me to the play was just its honesty, how deeply funny it was, and then how deeply moving it was. And what attracted me to the role was the challenge. She's not an easy person to play, to make into a full person. So as a person who always wants to grow and change and learn new things, I looked at it as a challenge, and it has been a challenge, but one that has been very rewarding. I've always felt very drawn to the Victorian era. I think I must have lived in a past life in the Victorian era. And I'm very, you know what it is? It's the innocence that attracts me. When things still were able to seem magical. I'm very drawn to that.